This is the video version of the Division Z podcast, which is streamed live on Twitch every single Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you want to watch the live version of this podcast, go ahead and follow me on Twitch. A link is in the description. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 12 of the Division Z podcast. My name is Jason.
And I am K Cosmic.
Today, dude, we've got some exciting stuff to talk about.
We do.
Because Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is going to be revealed on Monday. Ah!
I mean, I'm at work when it is supposed to be getting revealed, so it's kind of sad for me. But
that sucks.
At least it's being revealed. Hopefully, it's not some Warzone thing. It won't be, right? But
I hope so. Neither.
To be honest, right? I wouldn't be surprised because there's been so many things that were supposed to happen that just haven't happened yet. So if it is a Warzone thing, then I think that's gonna be so gut wrenching for everyone. But
yeah.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Saturday stream? Yeah, Fazzy. It's been a little while since you've been here, but yeah, this is the Division Z podcast every Saturday at 2 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time or Daylight Time, however you want to say it. Hype, I agree, Boomdog. That's some hype. Welcome to the chat, Fazzy, Lobster, and Boomdog all at the same time. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are doing good in the chat. And but yeah, dude, I think frick, I
hope. Listen, Treyarch, if you're listening to me, right? Like, if you have my house wired, right? For some reason, because I don't know, because I made a video about Blood of the Dead not 2 years ago, like a few months ago. Saying it was bad.
Wired. Every zombies YouTuber's house is wired.
Listen, please let this be a reveal. Please, even if it just said, even if it was just the logo, right? Like,
yeah,
officially from Activision, that would be enough, to be honest.
It would
just
be
anything.
Like, the thing is too, what I kind of hope they do is, and the chat just brought this up, the crates. Yes. So what I hope they do is, because different crates were sent out to different people from Activision, I hope every crate is a different thing. Like, I hope one crate is campaign, one crate is multiplayer, the other crate is zombies. Because the chat right now is pointing out 935 was written on Noah's crate.
How many boxes have been sent out? Has it been quite a lot?
I've seen, from what I've seen, are 3. I've only seen 3. I've Noah J, Charlie Intel, and I forgot the other dude who got the crate. If you know, tell me. If the chat knows, tell me.
It's a Warzone guy, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like,
I think
don't remember his name.
He's big. Like, he's over 1 million. But,
yeah.
I think it's people are heavily like into Warzone as well. Like, cause obviously Noah, he streams that like every day.
Yeah, Noah's like big Warzone dude.
Yeah, and the other guy who I can't remember your name. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't.
He I think his channel's like based around Warzone as well. But here's my theory, right? 3 boxes, right? Okay. Imagine this. They open the boxes at the same time, right?
Same time.
1 box, Jason Blundell jumps out. The next box, Lee Ross jumps out.
Bro.
The next box, is it David Cameron? Was that the World War II guy? I think. Was it?
Just
I think
all the zombies developers in the past just jump up out of their boxes and
Jimmy Zelensky.
Surprise! Jimmy Zelensky, goddamn.
For Transit Remastered, he has to come back.
Bruh. just
like,
just their heads 7 style, says the chat. That's terrifying, Lobster. That's very terrifying.
How do you think Jimmy Zelensky would feel about his maps getting remastered, even though that was the reason he got fired?
I think, you know what? I think
he'd be pretty angry.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. The chat is pointing out there are 3 crates, so everyone's saying one of them is Transit, one of them is Diarize, one of them is Buried Remastered.
Just open it. Just the Transit bus comes out. You're saying, oh no, here's what I do. Here, right? You open it, right? And like the Transit one would be the bus noise, right? Like the honk, right? The Diarize one would be like
the liquefier noise.
No, who's who?
Who's who?
Just who's who. Yes.
Who's who?
And then the third one would be Leroy, like like that
Yeah.
noise he makes. just.
But yo, I gotta show the chat this real quick, and I showed you guys yesterday. I showed y'all this yesterday, but I want to show you guys for the people who may have missed it. My boy Lobster in the chat was hooking me up for an early birthday present of mine, and I wanted to show this off on the podcast for everybody today. Juggernog water bottle.
Excellent.
So now when y'all spam hydrate in the chat, I'll be drinking some Juggernog. So big ups to my boy in the chat. He also got me an Avenged Sevenfold t-shirt, which I watched. I watched.
Oh, sick.
I wore it yesterday, so it's already in the laundry. But yeah, thank you, my man.
Sick.
When is his birthday? August the 19th.
Mm-hmm. I'll buy you some Perkaholics. Don't worry.
Perkaholic.
Yes. But going back to
Cold War
we
stuff.
have also the little hack things that have been happening in Warzone with the your screen getting all distorted.
Now that I don't know too much about, but what I do know is going on in Warzone. I watched Mr. Dalek JD's video of it earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
You go into the stadium and get the key cards, and you go into the secret rooms.
Oh yeah, this other one, yeah.
Like, that's pretty cool, but like I don't really know what.
Did they find out what it did?
About.
Wasn't it just like on the computer screen? Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's you. See, how do I describe it? It's basically, you turn on the thing. You turn on the computers in each of the secret rooms after you got the key cards. And there's a sequence of numbers and symbols, and you have to find out which number goes to what symbol. And then once you do all that, there's a final door that you enter in numbers from the symbols, and then you go and you get a brand new weapon variant. And there's supposed to be some storyline information with, Mikhail Zakhaev, who's supposed to be the villain in Warzone. We've seen Zakhaev before in previous Modern Warfare games, but at least I think so. I'm not good with the names, to be real.
I think we probably have, knowing that we've had how many Modern Warfare.
Is it Mikhail or Imran? Mikhail, Imarav? I don't know. Russian names are hard, man. Like they're all yes, the guy that Zakhaev. Yes, the guy that you killed in original Modern Warfare. That's who I thought I was thinking of. But it's like, what I was gonna say is man, these Russian names, I always get them confused. Like Zakhaev and Yuri and Nikolai. There's a bunch of
They all
Russian
sound
names.
so Russian that they all just you could easily mix them up.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really help that you have, for instance, there's obviously Nikolai in the Modern Warfare series, and then there's Nikolai in Zombies. It doesn't help when there's, names crossing over each other as well.
Yeah, I mean, Nikolai, I feel like, is just their standard Russian name. If you need a Russian character, you're just like, what do we name him? Nikolai, I guess.
The janitor in the conference room's like, Nikolai. You're hired.
But yeah, so that's all I know about that.
Have you seen the
maybe it's a family name? Yes, chat.
Have you not seen the distortion that's been happening on people's screens?
I have not. I've heard about it, but I haven't actually seen it.
Well, pretty much what happens is I don't know why it happens, but your screen will get do you remember in Advanced Warfare? Did you ever play the multiplayer?
Yeah.
Well, did you remember that kill streak that would hack your screen and it get or it's like Zero? You know how Zero
yeah,
Black
so
Ops?
yeah,
it's like that, right?
Like the counter UAV kind of thing.
Yeah, it makes all the things go glitchy, and it says in the middle of your screen distortedly, know your history.
Really?
So, yeah, it says know your history. So I'm assuming that means the Cold War.
Everybody, read up on your Cold War history.
I've done it.
Everybody.
Not a lot happens. Not a lot happens.
Let's see. It happened to Rage last night in Warzone. Oh shoot, we got eyewitness accounts in the chat.
Wow.
But
that's cool, though.
That is actually pretty cool. That it's Well, okay, let's think about it. It could mean two things. Number one, the most likely one is the Cold War thing. But the second most likely one, wait, did I just say the second most likely? That doesn't make any sense. I mean, it does. What?
It
What are
does.
Words? So the second one, the second one would be, the storyline from Modern Warfare. Like, remember your history back from Modern Warfare because Zakhaev is the villain in like the Warzone storyline. Maybe.
But I feel like since the games aren't supposed to be connected, right? I feel like that's such like I could see them definitely doing it, but when you say history, you don't think of like old Modern Warfare. You think of ages ago.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. What was it?
Chat.
What was chat said?
I'm sorry. I feel awful for interrupting you, but
no,
the
go
chat's
ahead.
literally like,
what did they say?
the 3 crates will be DK Dynamite saying, my sources say DLC 5 will be out for Black Ops 4.
Oh yeah.
Oh god. Everybody.
Well, to be honest, right? Listen. He's not the first one to make videos about leaks that didn't happen. I made a video a few days ago, right, saying leaks that were supposed to happen and they didn't happen. See, now I look like a jackass.
Here's the thing, though, right? I've never been that you know me. I never believed in a Zombies Chronicles 2.
Yeah.
And it's like the people that before, like months and months ago, that were like, "Oh, it's coming, you know, you got to be patient, it's coming." Factions.
Still coming.
Zombies Chronicles 2, I never understood it. Like, honestly, even though I don't agree with the type of content that he makes, you got to respect the YouTube grind. You got to respect the content creator grind, even though I don't agree with the type of videos that he was making.
Mm-hmm. I think his problem is he's a bit like he's too confident that's going to happen. Like I'm not saying that he's like cocky or anything, right? But I think when he hears something, he's like, okay, this is definitely happening because it came from the source. I mean, whenever I do videos like that, I'm always like, these are leaks, so obviously they might not happen.
Yeah.
And for Zombie Chronicles 2, I had a pretty good feeling that it wasn't going to come to BO4. I thought it was definitely going to go to BO5 because that makes more sense because obviously BO4 didn't do so well, so why would they put all their eggs in one basket, Right. They shouldn't. Obviously it makes more sense for them to do that since the game's getting rushed already. It makes more sense for them to have more content that's already been finished.
And I mean, here's the thing about it too. I think a Zombies Chronicles 2 could have happened for Black Ops 4 if they weren't, rushed to make a battle royale and allocate zombies resources to Blackout, and everything was kind of stretched thin, and unfortunately some empty promises were made because the whole factions debacle, and I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think it made or broke Black Ops 4, but what I do think is it could have helped it out a lot. And it's unfortunate that it never happened, but that's all I'm gonna say about that. And then we're gonna move on. But go ahead.
Okay, I want to say one thing about Black Ops 4, right?
Yes.
It's so sad that we didn't see what could have been with the game. I mean, I think the multiplayer had a pretty decent foundation, right? Obviously, it was just Black Ops 3 without the boosting about, which people kind of wanted. Obviously, specials were in the game, so maybe you didn't like them. But,
on the ground, man.
Still, it was better than what people, I thought Black Ops 3 was pretty good, but I think a lot of people, it sounds more appealing to them, right? Zombies, each map isn't really bad. Blood is annoying, but that's mostly because of the Easter egg, right?
Well, I mean, I think Voyage of Despair and, Dead of the Night aren't great or good maps, but,
I mean, well, fair enough, but I went, obviously, this is, my opinion, right?
Yeah.
But I think, obviously, Voyage is a bad map for Black Ops 4. I've always kind of seen that with Voyage. I think it'd work a lot better in other games. But
True.
With Black Ops 4, obviously, the systems in place are the way they are, that it just doesn't work. And Dead of the Night, it's that I don't think the map itself is bad. I think all the things you do in it is bad. Picking up, 50
Absolutely.
items. I think the map layout is perfect. It's a mansion,
Yeah, the layout is cool. It's got a cool look to it, But what kills the map for me is just there's too much. There's almost too much to do on Dead of the Night in terms of like the quests are just annoying to me, and the vampires are just terrible.
Like, I think, to be honest, the voice acting's quite prudent. I know there's celebrities, and obviously some celebrities just aren't good at like voice acting. But I think you know the Queen's Guard guy. You know, like, the guy who
Godfrey.
He's so annoying.
Yo, you know,
I don't like.
The one I think that's the most annoying is the psychic lady. When almost every time you shoot the Alistair's Annihilator, she'll go, "That is fantastic!"
God.
And it's like, shut up.
Feel like,
please shut up.
As well, you know the stereotypes. You know how like I mean the girl. I know they're actors, right? And it's not really them putting on a voice, but they sound like at least the girl and the guy. They sound too British, like
British.
Yeah, they sound like way too British. Like, obviously, I'm from Britain, right?
Yeah.
And you know, when they just talk. I'm like,
it sounds a little exaggerated.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, I get that.
But like, I think the map itself has a really good foundation, right? And the werewolf boss guy is cool.
Yeah, I don't mind the werewolf.
And the design itself of the map, right, just is not the worst. It's definitely, like, it's a mansion, right? They did what they could with a mansion, right? It's just, it's kind of like, you know, like a game of, it's like literally it's an Easter egg hunt, right? You know how Easter egg hunt in real life, you go find Easter eggs, like the chocolate ones, like on Easter, right?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's literally, you know, I found the shield part here. Like, there's 3 shield parts, there's silver bullet stuff. There's like I guess you could say the same with Origins, right? Because there's so many things you have to get there. But the thing is with Origins the stats are so integrated into the map and you don't need to do it.
Exactly.
But with Dead of Night, if you want a good run, you're going to need the shield. You're probably going to need silver bullets. I know the pistol you can get from the box, but words are fucking awesome, aren't they? That's for the compilation.
Probably, right? One of the better things about Dead of the Night is the Alistair's Annihilator, for sure. It's cool. One of the best wonder weapons in Black Ops 4. It's got really good abilities, except for that yellow ability. I don't like that one, but yeah, it's just you know, Dead of the Night overall is just not my favorite map.
Yeah, but I think the theme's cool.
Theme is cool. Yeah, I like the mansion. I mean, it looks cool, but you know, I don't know.
And it's probably better than Void.
Yeah.
But it's still not like it's not up with 9.
Yeah,
classified. Or tag.
See, Lobster in the chat was kind of piggybacking on what you said here. Sometimes you can tell when non-British people make British characters. Yeah, absolutely. But
like, it's just, I don't know. You can taste the tea when you go on the map. Tea and biscuits. You can, you know, that's like a big stereotype. Like, you know, like tea and like bad food or something.
Go and have tea and biscuits out by Big Ben.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh yes, tea and biscuits. Like, you know, like proper. You know. Oh
man.
No, but most people don't sound like that.
No, I know. It's funny.
I know, but it's such a thing. Like, obviously some do because like it's engraved, but going back to it, it's sad to see that Black Ops 4 could have been so much more, and hopefully Black Ops 5 will do that for us.
Yeah, and you know what? Cold War, man. Cold War. Like, it's kind of... Is it me or is it kind of weird that we're getting a teaser now?
Like, what do you mean? Like, it feels kind of like...
Like, it feels like because we've waited so long for a teaser, it's like... It feels so weird that, like, we're finally getting it.
You want to know something?
Like, it's like, wow, fucking the teasers are real? Oh my god.
I mean, to be honest, right? You said that Treyarch had like their thing on the box for Noah, right?
Yeah.
So it has to be, right? You know, if it's Warzone and for them doing something for it. I think that's it. I don't think we're getting teasers. I don't
like.
I don't think we're.
It has to be, right? Like, I know. There's. I guess you could have a little bit of reasonable doubt that it's not Cold War and it's not, whatever. But I mean, come on,
Like, please.
It is.
It has to be.
Activision has sent out packages to reveal games before in Infinite Warfare and World War II Zombies, they got the care packages. The Z House got both of those packages.
I wish.
So this is the next game.
Stuff to my house. I wish they sent stuff to my house.
Activision, we're both in California. Let's hook it up. But it's just for that 0.0000 wait. For that 0.0001% chance of there being something in like Warzone or something like that, I think that would be it. I think that would just be the nail in the coffin to be like, yeah, you don't get any teasers this year.
It's like, fine, okay. We'll just do it then tonight. We'll just release the game, no context. We'll just release the trailer and the date, and it'll be like, I don't know, like something by the Rolling Stones because they like that band. And like, I don't know, they'll have cool cinematics with the multiplayer gameplay and like someone throwing a tomahawk because they like adding that into their trailers.
Hell yeah. Get that cross-map tomahawk.
And then they'll have like a shot with a sniper, like where like it'll go slow motion or whatever, and then like it'll go with the beat, like whatever the song is, and it'll pull the trigger, like, and there'll be a quote like I don't know.
Yeah.
What's a good quote? Think of everyone in Jason's chat. Think of like a very cheesy quote they could put for a video game.
Cheesy quote. Yeah, Rage is telling me in the chat about the know your history thing. He put it on Twitter. I'll have to take a look at that then. It's interesting. I mean, again, with all the stuff that's going on, I think a lot of people are anticipating an in-game event in Warzone for Cold War, and I don't know. I mean, I think it would be kind of cool, but at the same time, I don't think it'd be the greatest thing ever because how are you gonna reach more people? Are you gonna reach more people through YouTube, where you can put a full-fledged trailer where everybody can watch it, or are you going to release a trailer or something in Warzone for people to go find or whatever, and then people die, and then they got to restart their game, and then they got, it's going to be annoying to try to do an in-game event like that because a lot of Modern Warfare players are just absolute pieces of trash. Like, I'm sorry, more so than this game, I've noticed there's so many just shitty players in Modern Warfare. So it's like I don't know, don't do it in-game. Please don't do an in-game event.
I think what would be a safe move is, the animation that happens when you're on the plane. They could do something there, or they could do something in the pre-lobby. Yeah, like they could do like a cutscene. But I don't.
Absolutely.
I mean, the thing is, right? If they did something that happened every game, because obviously they can't just do it once. Like they can't just have like a big in-game event.
Right. No.
So many people would miss it.
Yeah. You don't pull a Fortnite.
Yeah. I mean. What if there's like something that happens at the start of the game, and it's long and really annoying after the first few times?
I mean, it would have to be. That's the thing, right? Logistically, I don't think it would just be a good idea to put an event or a teaser or a trailer or whatever in Warzone. It just doesn't make sense to me. I
don't know.
I'm not a big fan of the idea. Just put the fucking trailer on YouTube. That's it.
How do you think the game's gonna feel with zombies with a Modern Warfare engine? Because that's what they're taking, isn't it?
Yeah,
they're not
that's
using
gonna
the
be
Black
weird.
Ops 4 engine. That's gonna feel kind of. I think they'll integrate it so it has like that black, Treyarch feel, but it's gonna be a bit funny. I think because
maybe for the first couple times playing it, because definitely it was funny playing multiplayer for the first time with the new movement and all that.
It feels more polished than obviously every other COD game. It definitely feels like I'm not saying that the Black Ops, like, Black Ops 4 engines ain't like that good, right?
Yeah.
But I think it'll be good. I think it'll be weird,
I think it'll
but
be a
then
healthy
when you get
change.
used to it, yeah, it'll feel more polished.
It'll feel I think it'll feel more intense too because of the way the movement is. It's more it's I don't know, the movement to me feels more interactive. I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
Rage in the chat is saying, I want a chill zombies map. I want a map where it's just survival. A lot of people do. A lot of people want that same, that the same old that we've been used to with zombies. Not same old, but like the old thing we've had in the past. But like you just said, remaster town. If they remaster transit, they can remaster town, they can remaster farm and bus depot along with it.
And other parts like the tunnel. I've seen that Black Ops Plutonium does like all the small survival maps, like the cabin and things like that. Like easy content for you to put in your game.
Very easy.
And people wouldn't complain. Or some people would, but most people wouldn't complain.
Yeah, I guarantee they would change the movements, Lobster, for because they're borrowing the Modern Warfare thing. So yeah, they're definitely going to change that. And Fazzy in the chat is also saying a better Gauntlet mode. Me too. I'd like to see Gauntlet mode return for Black Ops Cold War. I think that would be very interesting to see. Some of the challenges would be maybe different. Don't make us use the worst gun in the game. I'm talking to you, Unsinkable Gauntlet. Remastered Die Rise. Yeah, man, Johnny J. Woo.
What if they, for Gauntlets, right? What if they did something that was like Rush and Gauntlets, where you didn't necessarily have to go protect the zone, right? But what let's say in transit, right? Like sort of a Left 4 Dead feel, right? You have to get from point A to like point B, where you had to stop and defend off hordes and like do tasks while you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it could be round based, and it could be like
it could be fun.
It could be 30, but like not 30. It's probably like 10 rounds, right?
Yeah.
Or something, but the rounds got a lot more intense fast, so it'd be like the equivalent of 30 rounds.
I get
because
that.
I think or phase 1, phase 2, it wouldn't be rounds, it'd be phases.
That'd be actually pretty cool. I wouldn't mind that. Lobster also in the chat is saying, let's talk about remaster maps. What about the new maps? Yeah, I mean, obviously they're gonna have to make new maps. That's a given. But the whole remastered maps conversation is because it all stems back from what I talked about earlier in the podcast. The whole Zombies Chronicles 2 hype, right? Everybody wants a Zombies Chronicles 2, so everybody wants to see the maps that haven't been remade or reimagined come in a package like Zombies Chronicles did. And if they were to do a Zombies Chronicles 2, it would definitely be for Black Ops Cold War, and it would be, I personally think, it would be a pre-order bonus or a season pass incentive.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's really where it kind of stems off from, just because a lot of people are still butthurt about no content like that in Black Ops 4. But yeah,
I mean, I think it's fine if they do like remasters, as long as it doesn't affect the main DLC cycle. Like,
absolutely.
I think when Black Ops 4 started off, it did fine. Like, obviously some of the maps are wrong, right? Like, or not wrong. Some of the maps weren't as good, and by some of the maps, I mean just Voyage, because
and plus it wasn't like super stable at launch either, and a lot of people were kind of turned off by that, which it's unfortunate.
I mean, if the game worked at launch, right? Like, if there's no problems, I think at the start things would have been fine, right? Like, people would have been like all like mad on that, right? And then obviously we have Dead of the Night, which would have, I don't know, it probably wouldn't have went over well, but it wouldn't have been super bad. And then Ancient Evil would have been good. And then I think when Alpha Omega would have came out and Tag, I think that's when people would get annoyed, because then it stems from like bonuses to like you're buying the same thing again, just worked on it a bit.
Yeah, I mean,
I know the maps are a lot different than they were, and I think Tag is definitely an improvement, right?
Yeah,
I think Tag is a lot better than Call of the Dead, but I mean,
the things with the remasters too. You know how many people, like bitched about all the reimaginings.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
But they
know.
wanted
Like,
it, I think. I feel like a lot of people
yeah,
wanted
exactly,
the reimaginings.
exactly. That's what I think is funny, man. Like, a lot of people were like, give us their, give us. Actually, let me rewind my thought real quick. A lot of people
Yeah.
say they want all the remastered maps, but they want it as their core versions of them, like they were before. And then when Treyarch innovates, the same crowd will go, "No, that's not what we wanted." But then the same crowd is also the same crowd that says, "We need innovation in zombies, and zombies is getting stale." Like,
Yeah.
if you think about it, right? Black Ops 2 had some of the worst maps in zombies. Die Rise, Transit, you know. But
people loved it.
It innovated. Exactly. But people love Black Ops 2 because of Origins and Mob of the Dead because, you know, Black Ops 2 innovated. You know,
I'm buried.
Black Ops 4 and Buried. Black Ops 4, you know, Dead of the Night, Void of Despair, not great maps, you know. But then you do have good maps like Tagged or Toten and Ancient Evil in Black Ops 4 because Black Ops 4 innovated. So
yeah,
it's one of those things where I just go, you know, you love Black Ops 2 because it took chances, but then you don't like Black Ops 4 for the same reason. I mean, I understand that a lot of those changes weren't exactly good changes, but a lot of people just kind of wrote off the perk system without really giving it a chance, for example. You know, no Juggernaut, no Speed Cola, no Double Tap. This game sucks.
I don't think the perk system is necessarily bad. I just think they didn't do it the best way they could have.
Yeah.
I think there should have been a way where, like...
I see you in the chat
incorporated the old perks, but, like kept the personalities there.
Yeah, I mean,
if you know what I mean.
I get that, but it's like, yeah, exactly, Lobster. It's not the changes we wanted, and that's the thing. My fear for the Call of Duty community, not just zombies, but my fear for the Call of Duty community is that and by we, I'm talking about collective community. I know I'm not like this, but as a community, everybody is going to get so butthurt that their specific opinion wasn't listened to, that when there's a change coming in the next game or something is added back or something is, you know, some sort of change in the game system, that everyone is gonna just shit on the game and just write it off as the worst game ever every single year. Every single year. It's gonna be majority hate it because a lot of people, I don't want to say get too opinionated, because everybody is entitled to their own opinion and they can think what they want about the games, and that's the joy of it. You know, we can have a civil debate.
Yeah.
But you think about how so many people are so quick to just call something trash and just shit on something. You know, it kind of not scares me, but it worries me a little bit that every single year we're just going to see the same thing over and over and over again. And then when, you know, well, you know, the Call of Duty formula was fine before, you know, it didn't need to change. Well, how else are they going to innovate? How else are we going to get a new product that's going to, you know, have us entertained? That's why Warzone worked out so well, you know. And I don't know. I kind of branched off into kind of a rambling rant.
No, but it's necessary.
But like
I think it is at least. Like, here's my thing, right? I think with the future games, the biggest threat to the game doing bad is the bigger people making content on it, right? And I think this, like, I'm going to make a video about this at some point, right? But I think a lot of the zombie community, like, the reason that we keep going and playing the game is the zombie community itself, right?
Yeah.
I think when we're all pumped and we see everyone enjoying the game, we'll all like it, right? That when people start not liking the game for valid reasons, we all won't start liking it. Not all, obviously, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people won't. Like, let's say Mr. T-Lexify made a video on why Black Ops 4 sucked, right? And he mentioned the perks. And his viewers are like, yeah, right? Then they were like, oh, well, Black Ops 4 is bad because of the perk system, right? And then you were to ask them why. Why is it bad? Do you think they'd be like, well, here are my thoughts and
They
opinions, or
would,
do you think they'd just be like, oh, nah, it's just bad, like it's not good, it was better before?
in that context, if the person did not bother to play the game and not bother to actually try things out for themselves, and they just kind of parrot somebody else's opinion without trying it out for themselves and forming their own opinion, you know, then it's kind of like, all right, you know, you do you, you know, it's like there's no point in having a debate with a person like that.
Because they don't have an opinion.
I mean,
they're following someone else's thing.
It's their opinion is to follow someone else's opinion.
Like, if I let's say for instance, I said the BO4 perk system is bad. I don't think it's awful. I just don't think it was done perfectly.
Yeah.
I'd give reasons like how they did it to create game variety, but they limited us even more to what we could do with the game.
Yeah.
Or
you know,
what was it? They lost a lot of personality with the perks. But then I would go into the positives. Like, well, in a lot of ways, it's a lot better for new players because I guess going into a zombies game and then seeing a machine sitting about, you wouldn't really know what it does. Because I remember back when like I was a bit younger, right? Me and my friends were playing zombies, and this guy who we knew, he wanted to play, right? So we invited him, right? And he played a lot. And then he seen us drinking a perk. And he was like, what did you just do? Oh, I got Jug. And it's like, Jug?
What's Jug?
He didn't know what perks were.
This is Jug.
Right? So, in a lot of ways, it's really good, like, what they did. I just think that it wasn't implemented perfectly. And they could do something like this in future games, but I think they need to keep the personality there. They need to make it so you can have, I think, a bit more variety of a selection. Like, I think this should increase the perk limit, for instance. Like, even if it was just one.
That would be very, very interesting. A 5 perk limit would be nice, actually.
Yeah. I think as well, right? Since they've already pretty much done this, I think what they could do is they could have your 4 base perks on the map, but they don't count as slots. So, let's say you had
Jug, I think I remember you telling me about this before.
Tap, and Quick Revive, right?
Yeah.
They wouldn't affect your slots. But what you could do in return is you could take Jug, and then you could take, like, 7 other perks. Not 7 other perks. You could take, instead of taking Quick Revive and all that, you could kind of thingy, right? You could choose what perks to have and not have, pretty much. There'd have to be work done to it, right? But I think something like that would work. But I just think, I don't know. I think some people are just kind of sheeps at the end of the day, and that's not necessarily their fault because they could be quite young, or they might just not have the time to play the game properly. So they see someone who they like say something about it, and then it's like, I mean, I'm not going to get into politics, right? But you see this a lot in politics where people don't actually look into it, and they just see someone say something, and then they follow it without doing any research on their own. They trust this person with their whole life, and they're like, yes. It's like when someone read, like, you know, like I'm not saying old people do this, but you know, like a Karen read something on Facebook.
Yeah.
With like an article saying like
it's just one random post in the millions of posts that happen.
Yeah.
And then it's just, you know,
it's like, I don't know.
That's my life now, you know.
Face masks make your arms fall off, and she's like, I trust you. I trust you my whole life.
If you like this person, then a dinosaur is gonna come and eat you. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That must be real.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Like, dude, it's crazy to think, honestly. And I just saw this in the chat too. Everyone's like, I assume this is everyone's making fun of it, right? Oh, 200 health, Black Ops 4 is too easy. And then we have someone else in the chat saying that they think 150 is too easy, and that's cool, you know. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, but I think it's really funny to me how these people go, well, there's no Juggernog in Black Ops 4 Zombies. The game's bad. Well, you have 4 hits. I mean, that's basically Jug. I mean,
and then you have you can put on Dying Wish.
You can put on Dying Wish.
And that's essentially Jug, because you're getting that 5th hit. It's just something different happens.
And then the same people will go, yeah, Black Ops 4 is too easy. Well, 4 hits, it's still essentially Juggernog. Is having Juggernog too easy? I mean, I know having 4 hits in Black Ops 4 is, you know, it's 1 less hit than normal Juggernog. But you kind of see where I'm going with this, right? Like you can go in a circle with literally anything that has to do with zombies. I think with how a lot of people will critique some, or not critique. It's really just shitting on it for no reason.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just like
Do you think?
I don't know.
Do you think this is kind of like going off with it, right? But
what is
Cold
going
War,
on in the chat right now?
What's happening?
Can the moderators get rid of this right now?
What's happening?
Everybody, ban this guy in the chat if you would. Thank you.
What did he say? Can you say it?
Just some things that aren't good.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
I mean, I don't know about all that.
Well, I mean, can you sum it up? I'm kind of interested now. Like, can you say it in a
just some very wow. I'm reading this message for review right now, and I'm just like, this is a zombies live stream. This is no place for politics or
Okay, so is it about politics?
Hateful speech either.
Okay, so I'm getting a taste of racism maybe or something. Or
yeah.
Some sort of form of
yeah.
Okay, and politics involved. Okay, I get. Okay, let's just move on from it.
I'm gonna block that out when this becomes a I'm gonna block that out when it becomes a video. It's unfortunate that people are like that, but anyways, moving on.
What were we talking about?
We were talking about how the zombies community, not zombies community, but the Call of Duty community, just kind of shits on everything.
I know what I was gonna say. I was gonna go off topic, right? But do you think in Cold War, right?
Yeah.
Do you think they make more customizable settings, or like health, not health, like making the game easy setting or hard, or what I mean, like realistic things like that?
I personally did not mind that.
Or do you think like I like the idea of having it, right? Or do you think if they focus more on one difficulty, right, to balance things out?
I think we could add realistic mode back and hardcore mode and casual mode. I didn't mind that. I thought it was. I thought it was a
casual was good for getting your challenges done.
Yeah. Oh, that's for sure. The dark matter challenges too. That's for sure. I
mean,
yeah.
I would want it, right? Like, I think I want them to do this first. I would want them to work on the base health, right? Or like the base difficulty of the game, right? Like what's it? Like let's say regular health, right? I would want them to balance everything out for that one first. And then, if realistic became way too hard because of it, because you had less health and it wasn't countered towards the game.
Yeah.
I think that'd be alright. Like, if the game was like way too easy because the regular mode was balanced in a certain way, I think that'd be fine as well. But I guess they kind of did it in Black Ops 4, but I want them to do it a bit more, like, I guess kind of polished. But I want the difficulty of normal to feel like a challenge. That I want it to be challenging.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean. Where normal is not the hardest thing ever, but it's still challenging. And then if you want a real challenge, you can go to hardcore difficulty, or you can go to realistic difficulty. Which, my God, realistic difficulty is a pain in the ass sometimes.
You see people completing Easter eggs on realistic.
Dude, that's what blows my mind. People beat Easter eggs on realistic difficulty. Like, what was it the other day? I saw Greg FPS trying the Dead of the Night Easter egg on realistic, and I'm just like, dude, you're insane. Like,
that's mad.
Easter eggs are hard enough for me personally because I'm not a super big Easter egg player. I like going for high rounds and other things.
Yeah.
But like, fucking realistic. Wow, that's nothing but like big claps for that. Like, if you can do that, holy shit.
I mean, think about an old game. Like, imagine there's realistic difficulty in Black Ops 2. That'd be near impossible.
That would just be a one hit. I mean, it literally realistic would be one hit. But yeah, in Black Ops 2, that'd be impossible. Black Ops 3, it would be impossible too.
Because you don't have specialists in that and like different forms of health or shield.
Yeah.
With Victorious Tortoise. I think Victorious Tortoise and Dying Wish are and I guess PhD are the three things that make it almost viable.
Exactly.
Like, you have them things to rely on. But in
See,
old games, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
see,
I guess you
guys,
could go for
Black
high
Ops
rounds
4
maybe.
Zombies isn't black and white. Black Ops 4 Zombies
Yeah.
has some give and take. Everybody who just blindly hates Black Ops 4 because you were told to.
Exactly. But I think don't get me wrong. I think if someone doesn't like the game or like doesn't enjoy it or whatever, they're perfectly valid to that opinion.
Absolutely. I'm just talking to the people that are like, well, I love this one, right? Or it's like, well, I haven't played much Black Ops 4, but it's the perk system is flawed and all that kind of stuff, I mean, yeah, you've played the game a little bit, and you just you get a bad vibe from it. You don't really like it. That's fine too. I mean, don't play the game, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's the same crowd of people that will go to other people and tell them they're wrong for liking the game.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've definitely had that before in the past where, like, people are like, "Oh, why are you playing Black Ops 4? Why the fuck not?" Like, I'm gonna like what I want to like. I think that's where a lot of my animosity towards some of these people comes, where it's just like, I don't give a fuck if you don't like the game. I'm gonna disagree with you. But where I start to draw the line is like, why and I'll debate you. I will debate anyone who comes in the chat and tries to discourage me from liking Black Ops 4. And if they mention something that's not necessarily good about Black Ops 4, I'll be like, yeah, that wasn't good. I mean, I'll admit it. I'll admit when things aren't good.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I'm gonna hate the fucking game. By that logic, the entirety of Black Ops 2 is a shitty game because transit exists, and getting Pack-a-Punch on transit is bad. The entirety of Black Ops 3 is bad just because Zetsubo to some people might seem a little bit tedious.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. I feel like we're kind of hanging on this topic. We keep going back to this topic a lot, so I'm gonna try to move on. But I just find it such a fascinating topic to me because
I do as well. I have one more thing I want to say.
Yeah.
You know what my favorite criticism of Black Ops 4 is, right? If we playing the game, or I mean, you might be right because I can't stream obviously, but I could picture someone being in the chat. Why do you play Black Ops 4? It had blue screens.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah, people have said that before. Like
it's not in the game anymore as much. Like, it wasn't like there's blue screens before. Just not as much.
Yeah. And I've definitely had some debates with viewers about, they're like, why do you like this in Black Ops 4? Why do you like Black Ops 4? And it's like, okay, I'll tell you. And it's like, hey, you got your opinion? That's cool. But don't fucking hate on me for having an opinion. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Then there's a good point in the chat too. The same people will hate when you point the flaws out in Black Ops 3. And also, Black Ops 3 had a lot of blue screens on Grodd Grovey and on Revelations too. So
I don't know, Expo, I'm pretty sure. I think maybe someone's Expo, because that's when they started trying stuff with the new engine for the next game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, so, it's one of those things where you just kind of go, no game is perfect. We got flaws. We can debate it. Let's not hate each other. Let's be civil. The Zombies community comes together at excellent intervals, like Easter eggs for charity and Zombies World Champions. The Zombies community is a great community. Let's not fuck it up by just spreading around a bunch of hate.
Negativity and...
Negativity. Yeah, negativity, man.
Yeah.
I mean... you're entitled to your opinion. Like I keep saying, you're entitled to your opinion. I can disagree with you, and that's awesome. Because that's what makes people people.
Because of different views.
Because of different views. People think about things differently.
It's like some people like, let's say this, right? Some people like dark chocolate, right?
Yeah.
I like it as well, but I'm sure there's people that hate it.
Right.
But when they're like, oh, why do you like it? It tastes so bad. It's like, well, I like it. It's like an opinion.
Like, well, obviously your opinion is wrong. It's like, well, I don't know about that one, buddy.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like, people that don't like drinking water and they'll drink like Red Bull and stuff, like energy drinks over more like actual liquid.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll be like, oh, why are you drinking water? Like, well, I like it. I like feeling hydrated.
Oh, the chat. Oh God, Cosmo likes dark chocolate. We better go burn his house down.
Oh yes. No.
Oh God, that's exactly what a crazy person would say. I agree, Lobster.
Did,
I agree,
did
my
somebody
guy.
did somebody say dark chocolate?
Somebody say dark
The
chocolate.
SpongeBob meme.
Dark chocolate. Oh my God, a different opinion. Cosmic's like, not me. I love you, Cosmic.
God. Okay, let's move on from all the
Dude,
Black Ops
literally
4 stuff
that whole debate and conversation about toxic ass people, it was like half of this podcast.
I think it's just because I don't know.
Hey, it happens.
It's nice to talk about it.
Yeah.
It's nice to talk about it because you kind of see it, and obviously a lot of people aren't like that. But there's a small minority
Flip's
that people.
house.
I think people like us, and people that, well, most people that watch your streams. I don't know what happened with that other guy. But I think majority of people have this understanding that a lot of us are just chill and we like to play the game.
Exactly.
We all have opinions, and we're not going to shit on someone else's opinion.
Exactly.
But then you have the sheep that just follow, and people that
That's
just
why.
That have negative views towards stuff because there's stuff going on in their own lives, so they feel like they have to have something of their own in like a topic or debate, and they'll go as far as like to,
that's what we call projection.
mock your opinion or like features, I guess, about you when you have a different opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
That's why I
Anyway.
always say when I make my top 5 videos, keep in mind this is my opinion, and if you agree or not, feel free to let me know in the comments. Because it's all about debate. Let's debate our favorite game. Let's talk about it. Let's not be dicks to each other and say why I need to die because I have another opinion than you. Like,
Exactly.
God. But anyways, we got about like 10 minutes left on this podcast.
Let's talk about
a little bit more Cold War stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
I like bug snacks. See, I can disagree with you, Rage.
There you go.
But anyways,
okay.
Cold War stuff, man. I'm excited to see what the crates have to offer. My guess is, I think the safest bet would be like they did with World War II, a little flash drive that has the trailer in it, and plus maybe like a shirt or like a hat or something like that, or maybe like a cipher or something.
Yeah.
That's like, solve this riddle and you'll find out something. Or maybe it's maybe, you know what? Maybe because it's Treyarch and they like releasing those like teaser images that mean little to nothing that go to the next game. I mean,
there's so much stuff for Black Ops 3 that came out. Like, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, I say little to nothing, but like, remember the poster with all the alchemical symbols on it that like Mr. Offwaffles was deciphering and all that? You remember that?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's like another one of those. I'm thinking it's another one of those type of images that's in everybody's boxes. That would be kind of cool.
Did the Black Ops 3 teaser for what's his name in Black Ops 1? Who's the guy interrogating you? What's his name?
Hudson.
There's like a zombie picture. Hudson.
Yeah, and he had the
that
card
never
in his
turned
hand.
into anything.
Yeah, like he had the card in his hand and had the beast mode symbol on it. And it was
what was that?
You know what I think personally that was?
A red herring.
Either that or nightmares.
You think it was something that might have been scrapped?
Maybe something to do with nightmares that could have been scrapped. Yeah, or something nightmares related. By the way, everybody, now that just popped into my head, we seem to have a good amount of people watching the podcast right now. How many of you in the chat, please let me know, sometime soon, me and K Cosmic, we're going to take one day, we're going to take a full day
to play
through the entirety of Nightmares on stream. There was an idea we had a couple days ago. What does everybody think of this idea? We just play through the entirety of Nightmares on one stream. What does everybody think of that one?
How long is it? How long of playtime is it?
I don't know. I fucking have no clue, dude. I have no clue.
God.
Nightmares?
I mean,
people don't know what Nightmares is in the chat. The secondary campaign for Black Ops 3.
But
it's zombies, and you go through all the levels again, but you kill zombies.
I mean, I think it must be longer than the normal campaign.
I don't know. I've only done the first 2 missions.
Well, I mean, like,
I want to see you rage. Campaign. So yeah, okay.
it's the exact same campaign, but it has more enemies on
it. Yeah, do it. The chat says do it. It's not long. Okay, it's not a long playthrough. When do you want to do it? Let's announce it right here on the podcast. When are we doing it?
Okay. Well, I think whenever I'm off work. I think I'm off work Wednesday. But
okay.
Obviously, when I get off at work at 5, what time is 5 for you? That's like
5
early.
5 what? 5.
5 p.m.
5
my
p.m.
time. Wait, so it's So that's when we start 2 o'clock. Your time is
math,
10 p.m. my time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 9 o'clock. We'll say 6 because that's when I'll be home, right?
So it'll be like
or half 6.
Half
10 your time.
Half to 10 my time in the morning. Okay. So we can work something out for Wednesday, chat. We can work something out for Wednesday.
Yeah.
The cutscenes are all the same too. I think 5 p.m. Jason starts doing math and struggles. Dude, I sucked at math in high school. I was just terrible. Actually was terrible.
I was good at all the quick stuff, right? Like, stuff you can do in your head. But it turns out that's not useful in maths. You need to write down how you did it, or it doesn't count.
I have to write down how I do it, or else I get the wrong fucking answer.
I mean, I don't know how... You know how they say, like, oh yeah, algebra is very important for your everyday life?
Nope.
Like, why is that important? We don't need it. I don't know, why would you need algebra? I guess it's easy to I guess it makes it easier to do certain things, but unless you're high up in business or something, right? I don't see why you need to use algebra.
Yeah, everyday life you don't really need it. I personally don't think. It all depends on what you do, right? It all depends on what you do as well.
Yeah, true.
Lobster, I know Lobster. It's gonna be your last stream in a while, my guy. It's gonna be a little while. We'll miss you. We will definitely.
What's
miss
happening
you
to Lobster?
He's going out of town for a little while, and he won't be back in a while, I don't know, a few months or whatever. So.
Okay.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna miss seeing you on the streams, but hey, when you come back, it'll be like you never left, my friend. So
maybe Cold War will be out by then.
Cold War.
Or maybe we'll have maybe we'll have our first teaser.
Ooh.
In case this doesn't turn out to be a teaser.
Everybody, let's get some hearts in the chat for Lobster. Let's get some hearts in the chat. We're gonna wish him well on his journey. But yeah, man, I think Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War is gonna be it's gonna be a game. It's gonna be hopefully a game that brings more people back. I hope a lot. Yeah. I hope it brings a lot of people back. Because a lot of people left during Black Ops 4, obviously.
I think some people are gonna be refreshed now for as well, and just there's not been an opportunity for them to play new zombie stuff. So then coming back, it's gonna be
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly, my friend. Black Ops Cold War, you've got a lot of weight on your shoulders to carry what's left of the zombies community, especially the zombies community. Not so much the multiplayer community and all that, but especially the zombies community, because the zombies community can be very nitpicky, as we've obviously debated today.
The multiplayer, from what you play, right? It never really seems god awful. Not god awful, right? But people consistently play it. Maybe except Infinite Warfare, where people played it, but not as much. I think there's still quite a big player base on multiplayer.
True. Absolutely.
I think for Black Ops 4 as well. I think multiplayer and Blackout were so kind of connected that it worked more because specialists, right? And like things like that. It felt, I don't know, it felt really similar, but then Zombies just felt like its own thing, kind of separated.
Because Zombies always is. Zombies is always that unique individual game mode that people love coming back to and love watching and playing. And, you know, this is one of the best video game communities. One of the best video game communities out there, I personally believe. And, you know, I'm glad to be a part of it. I'm very glad to be a part of it. Everybody should send a hydrate for Lobster. Well, unfortunately, I ran out of bottle. I ran out of bottle. God damn it! I ran
out of bottle.
I ran out of bottle for my water. I ran out of water for my Juggernog bottle here. But do I have any? I've got like a drop left. I got like a tiny little drop of jug. But yes. And one of my favorite Dempsey quotes. Reach for me, Jugger girl. Oorah.
God. It's a good quote.
Dempsey's badass. I love Dempsey.
I know. Quick thing before we end the podcast.
Yes.
Do you think we'll ever see them again?
Yes.
Good.
Absolutely. We'll either see them in ciphers if they don't want to continue that story, or we'll see them homaged to in different maps.
Yeah.
So I absolutely think we'll see Primus or Ultimus in some form. Even if we don't get to play as them, we'll see them some way. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, this was a very interesting podcast today. I think we talked about some really interesting things. And we're gonna start wrapping it up here for the Division Z podcast, episode 12. Let's see if I want to see the thing on Twitter. Okay, gotcha. I'll go ahead and look up your Twitter, Rage, and I'll go ahead and check out that image. I'll post it in my Discord so everybody can go ahead and look at that too. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching episode 12 of the Division Z podcast. Get excited. Monday, hopefully we're getting our first teaser for Black Ops Cold War. And since this is a YouTube video, if you did enjoy and you want to see more out of us, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you're a new viewer, go ahead and check out Cosmic's channel in the description. He makes awesome content. And you have anything else to say before we wrap things up?
For my video, obviously I'll leave Jason in my description as well. Go check him out. He makes great top 5s. And Cold War, please just come.
Please come.
Please. Thank you.
Please come. And yes, we will also miss my boy Lobster in the chat.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.
Goodbye, everyone.